BC ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਭਾਰੀ ਹੜ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਕੋਪ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਰੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਦਿਨੀ ਆਏ ਹੜ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੋਕ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਸੰਭਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕੇ ਕਿ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਪਏ ਭਾਰੀ ਮੀਂਹ ਨੇ BC ਦੇ ਕਈ ਹੋਰ ਇਲਾਕਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘਰ-ਬਾਰ ਖਾਲੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਹਮਣਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਿਆ ਹੈ। ਉਧਰ ਅੱਜ ਰਾਤ ਤੋਂ ਭਾਰੀ ਮੀਂਹ ਪੈਣ ਦਾ ਤੀਜਾ ਦੌਰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਏ ਤੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਵਿਗੜਨ ਦਾ ਡਰ ਬਣਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦਿਆਂ BC ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਸਟੇਟ ਆਫ ਐਮਰਜੈਂਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਪਾਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ 14 ਦਸੰਬਰ ਤੱਕ ਵਾਧਾ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ।
The significant weather that we have seen continues to create challenges for Trans Mountain and the transport of fuel through the pipeline. After meeting with Cabinet this morning, I'm announcing today that we're extending the temporary order to limit fuel for non-essential vehicles until December 14th, 2021. This order applies in the Lower Mainland to Hope region, Sea to Sky region, the Sunshine Coast, Gulf Islands and Vancouver Island. The fuel conservation measures are working, and I want to thank British Columbians for their patience, but we need to stay the course for another 2 weeks until we have the Trans Mountain pipeline back online. We need to ensure our supply chains and emergency services have the fuel that they need to function. Minister Ralston is with us today and will provide more details shortly. Given the extension of the fuel order and the continued threats of storms and flooding, we are also extending the provincial state of emergency through to the end of day on December 14th. Extending the state of emergency will support the ongoing response and recovery from the widespread damage already caused by flooding, while positioning us to take all necessary steps in the days ahead.
Government staff have been working hard with their federal counterparts at Transport Canada and Natural Resources Canada through the Federal Provincial Supply Chain Recovery Working Group, as well as fuel suppliers, retailers, and the Canadian Fuels Association to ensure that we have enough fuel supply to get us through this critical time. Thanks to everyone's fuel conservation efforts, we have been able to maintain a steady fuel supply to the region. Retailers acted quickly to manage the fuel restriction order. In some cases, retailers have set an automatic cutoff related to the price at the pump consistent with 30 litres or less of gas. We've also seen British Columbians act calmly and rationally at the pumps, taking only what they need when they need it. I want to thank the fuel suppliers, the retailers, the hardworking gas station attendants, and everyone who continues to do their part to follow this order. Fuel has made its way into the Lower Mainland from Alberta through the railways. We also know that some barges have arrived to offload fuel from the United States.
This morning, I extended our local state of emergency for another week as we continue to manage the flood situation here in Abbotsford. I also issued an evacuation order and an evacuation alert last night for properties impacted by potential landslide. And there is approximately 2 feet at Boundary and 2nd Avenue. At 4 o'clock in the morning, it was dry. I was out there myself. This is the water that we were expecting from the Nooksack River overflow yesterday, and the evacuation order for Huntington remains in place.
It's not just a rain event. It's not just a snow melting event. It's also a successive storm event. So even if the third storm is not as bad as it could have been in the modeling leading up to today, it will be problematic because they are coming so close back to back with the runoff and the saturated soil.